Hey, lone wolves, you're being lied to every single day of your life, and the worst part, you don't even know it. See, there's this thing inside you, a voice. It tells you to be nice, to not cause trouble, to keep everyone happy. You think that voice is helping you, protecting you, making you a good person? But it's not. That voice is a parasite, and it's been feeding off you since childhood. Right now, as you're watching this, that voice is probably telling you to click away. This sounds negative, I don't need this. I'm fine the way I am. But deep down, you know the truth. You're tired of being walked over, tired of saying yes when you want to scream no, tired of watching other people take what they want while you wait for permission that never comes. You're tired of being invisible. Last week, someone took credit for your idea at work. You said nothing. 3 days ago, a friend canceled plans last minute. Again, you told them it was fine. Why? Because you've been trained like a dog, like a puppet, like a slave, and today that ends. I'm going to show you 10 lessons that will rip that weakness out of you. Not therapy talk, not motivational fluff, real power. The kind Machiavelli understood 500 years ago. The kind that makes people respect you without you asking for it. But I'm warning you right now, this isn't easy to hear. Some of you won't make it past lesson 3. You'll get uncomfortable and leave. And that's fine. That just means you're not ready. But if you stick around, if you watch until the end, you'll never be the same person again. You'll walk into rooms differently, talk differently. The way people treat you will change overnight because you'll finally understand something most people never learn. Being nice doesn't make you good, it makes you prey. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to watch this entire video not in pieces, not while scrolling on your phone. You're going to focus because buried in these 10 lessons is the key to everything you've been missing. The reason people ignore you, the reason you feel powerless, the reason respect always goes to someone else. Still here? Then you're ready for the truth. Before we dive in, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose power. Let's go. Number 1. Society's conditioning is a hidden rule of control. Remember kindergarten? They sat you in a circle, told you to share your toys, punished you when you took what you wanted, rewarded you when you sat quietly and obeyed. You thought they were teaching you to be good. They weren't. They were teaching you to be controlled. Every don't talk back was training you to silence yourself. Every be nice was programming you to ignore your instincts. Every wait your turn was conditioning you to let others go first. And it worked perfectly. Now you're an adult and you still follow those rules. You still wait your turn in conversations while louder people talk over you. You still be nice to people who treat you like garbage. You still share credit with people who did nothing. You think you're being mature, civilized, a good person. You're not. You're being obedient. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Society made you appear harmless so you'd be easier to control, and you fell for it. Watch a boardroom meeting. The person who gets heard isn't the politest one. It's the one who interrupts, who speaks over others, who takes the floor without asking. Watch a negotiation. The person who wins isn't the fairest one. It's the one who pushes hardest, who walks away first, who cares least about being liked. Watch any situation where power is at stake. Nice people lose every time because nice is a leash, and you're still wearing it. The guy who cut you off in traffic this morning, he wasn't conditioned like you. The coworker who stole your idea, she broke free from the rules you still follow. The friend who always cancels but gets upset when you're busy. He knows you'll always forgive him because you're understanding. They're not better than you. They're just not handicapped by the conditioning you still carry right now. Think about yesterday. How many times did you bite your tongue? How many times did you let something slide that bothered you? How many times did you do something you didn't want to do just to avoid conflict? That's your leash pulling. That's your programming running. And every time you obey it, you give away a piece of your power. The first step to freedom is seeing the cage. You just saw it, now you can't unsee it. Number 2, humans are naturally selfish and jealous. Your best friend is not rooting for you. I know that stings, but it's true. Oh, they'll say they are. They'll like your success posts. They'll say, "I'm so happy for you," with a big smile. But watch their eyes. Watch what happens when you announce your promotion, your new relationship, your big win. There's a flicker just for a second before the smile comes. That flicker is their real reaction. Jealousy, resentment, a tiny voice in their head saying, "Why them and not me?" They can't help it. You can't help it either when it happens to you. It's human nature. We're wired to compete, to compare, to want what others have. 1,000 generations of evolution made us this way because the ones who weren't selfish didn't survive. Your coworker who smiles at you in the hall. She's the same one who told your boss you're not a team player last week. Your uncle who gives you advice at family dinners. He's the same one who talks about your failures behind your back. Your friend who forgot to invite you. She didn't forget. She just didn't want you there. This isn't pessimism. This is reality. And once you accept it, everything gets clearer. You stop being shocked when people betray you. You stop trusting people who haven't earned it. You stop sharing your plans with people who secretly hope you fail. Most importantly, you stop taking it personally because it's not about you, it's about them. Their insecurity, their jealousy, their fear that your success makes them look bad. When you understand this, you move differently. You keep your wins quiet until they're undeniable. You don't announce your plans, you just execute them. You don't expect loyalty. You create situations where it's in people's interest to stay loyal. Look, I'm not saying everyone is evil. I'm saying everyone is human. And humans put themselves first always. The people who understand this rule the world. The people who don't keep getting blindsided. Which one are you going to be? Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I see clearly. Number 3. Nice people get used. Truth tellers get respect. Here's a test. Think about someone you genuinely respect. Not like respect. Got someone in mind? Now ask yourself, are they nice? Probably not. They might be fair, might be honest, but not nice. The people you respect are the ones who push back when you're wrong, who don't sugarcoat the truth, who make you uncomfortable sometimes. Your nice friend who agrees with everything you say. You like them, but you don't respect them. Your blunt friend who calls you out on your BS. You might get annoyed with them, but you respect them. There's a difference. Nice people are useful. They say yes to things. They don't cause problems. They make life easier for everyone around them. But useful isn't respected. Useful is used. At work, who gets the extra assignments? The nice person who never says no. Who gets talked over in meetings? The nice person who doesn't fight for their voice. Who gets their ideas stolen? The nice person who doesn't make a scene about it. Meanwhile, the person who says, "That's not my job." Who interrupts when interrupted? Who calls out credit thieves publicly? They get respected. They get listened to. They get promoted. Why? Because they've shown they have boundaries, and boundaries command respect. Machiavelli once said, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." Translation: what works changes with circumstances. Nice worked when you were 5. It doesn't work now. Truth-telling works even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. When you tell your boss their idea won't work, they might not like it, but they'll remember you're not a yes man. When you tell your friend they're being selfish, they might get defensive, but they'll respect that you're honest. The world doesn't need more nice people, it needs more honest ones. So stop softening your words. Stop adding just and maybe, and I think to everything you say. Say what's true, say it clearly. Let the chips fall where they may. Number 4. The desire to please kills freedom. You know what your biggest prison is. It's not your job, not your circumstances. It's your need for approval. Every time you change what you say based on who's listening, you lose yourself a little. Every time you do something you hate just to make someone else happy, you trade freedom for acceptance. And acceptance is a trap. Think about your day. How much of what you did was actually what you wanted to do? You laughed at your boss's bad joke, wore clothes that are appropriate but you hate, agreed to plans you don't care about, stayed quiet when you had something to say. Why? Because you're afraid. Afraid of judgment, afraid of conflict, afraid of being disliked. But here's the thing. The more you try to please everyone, the less you please yourself. And after years of this, you wake up one day and realize you have no idea who you actually are. You're just a collection of reactions to other people's expectations. That's not living, that's performing. Real freedom is saying what you think, even when your voice shakes. Wearing what you want, even if people judge. Saying no, even when people get upset. Real freedom is choosing authenticity over approval. But that's terrifying, because the moment you stop pleasing people, some of them will leave. Some will get angry. Some will call you selfish or difficult or changed. Let them. Those people didn't love the real you. They loved the version of you that served them. And losing people who only liked your mask isn't loss. It's liberation. Ask yourself, if you didn't care what a single person thought, what would you do differently today? That answer is who you really are. That's the person you've been suffocating. Stop killing that person to make others comfortable. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am free. Number 5. Dominance is discomfort. Respect is instinctive. Pay attention next time you're in a group. Notice who controls the room, not who talks the most, who controls it. It's the person who creates tension, who lets silences hang, who doesn't laugh at every joke, who doesn't rush to make everyone comfortable. That's dominance. And dominance doesn't come from being loud or aggressive. It comes from refusing to manage everyone else's emotions. Most people are terrified of awkwardness. Someone makes a bad joke, they laugh anyway. Conversation dies, they fill the silence. Someone's uncomfortable, they try to fix it. That's weakness disguised as kindness. Strong people let the awkwardness exist. They let people feel uncomfortable. They don't rescue anyone from their own social mistakes. And people respect that. Machiavelli once said, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions." People follow whoever seems most certain, and certainty looks like comfort with discomfort. Watch how this plays out. You're in a meeting. Someone pitches a terrible idea. Everyone's nodding politely. The nice person says, "That's interesting," and moves on. The dominant person says, "That won't work," and explains why. No apology, no softening, just truth. Who gets respected? Or you're at dinner. Conversation hits an awkward topic. Everyone's uncomfortable. The nice person changes the subject to make everyone comfortable. The dominant person lets the discomfort sit, looks people in the eye, doesn't flinch. Who sets the tone? Creating strategic discomfort. Not being mean, just refusing to smooth everything over, makes you the gravitational center of any interaction. People start watching you to see how to react, seeking your approval instead of you seeking theirs, adjusting to your energy instead of you adjusting to theirs. That's power. Stop being the person who makes everyone comfortable. Be the person everyone adjusts to. Number 6. Frame control and psychological authority. Most people enter situations asking, "How do I fit in here?" Wrong question. The right question is, "How do I make this fit me?" That's frame control. Your frame is your reality, your rules, your standards. And in every interaction, there's a battle of frames happening beneath the surface. When your frame is stronger, people adopt your reality without realizing it. Here's what frame control looks like in practice. Someone tries to make you feel guilty for saying no. Weak frame, you apologize and explain. Strong frame, you repeat the no without explanation. Your reality is that no is a complete sentence. They adjust to that or they leave. Someone disrespects your time by showing up late. Weak frame. You say no worries and pretend it's fine. Strong frame. You tell them it's disrespectful and leave if it happens again. Your reality is that your time matters. Someone tries to pull you into drama or gossip. Weak frame, you engage to be polite. Strong frame, you disengage immediately. Your reality is that you don't waste energy on nonsense. Frame control has 3 rules. 1. State truth without apology. Don't cushion reality to protect feelings. Just state it. 2. Don't manage other people's emotions. Their discomfort is their problem, not your responsibility. 3. Make people adjust to you. Don't laugh at jokes that aren't funny. Don't engage with topics that bore you. Don't pretend interest you don't feel. When you do this consistently, something shifts. You stop being another voice in the room. You become the voice that matters. People defer to your judgment. Seek your opinion. Adjust their positions to align with yours, not because you force them, because your frame is stronger. And humans naturally defer to the strongest frame in the room. Stop entering other people's realities. Make them enter yours. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I set the frame. Number 7. The strong don't seek approval. Power and approval seeking can't coexist. Weak people need constant validation. Did I do good? Do you like this? Is this right? They're always looking outside themselves for confirmation. Strong people validate themselves. They decide what's good, what's right, what matters. Then they act accordingly. The difference is control. If you need approval, whoever gives it controls you. If someone else decides your worth, they own you. Think about a puppy. It does tricks, looks at its owner, waits for the good boy. That's you, every time you seek approval. Now think about a wolf. It doesn't wait for validation, it just moves. That's what you need to become. Machiavelli once said, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Your value comes from inside you, not from what others say about you. Strong people don't celebrate minor wins. They don't fish for compliments. They don't need someone to tell them they're on the right track. Strong people take conflict head on. When there's a problem, they address it immediately. No hints, no passive aggression, direct confrontation. Strong people state their value. They don't ask what they're worth. They tell you. Then you either meet it or you don't. Either way, they're fine. Most importantly, strong people don't sacrifice their comfort for yours. They won't bite their tongue to keep peace. Won't shrink to make you feel bigger. Won't pretend to agree when they don't. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. And self-respect is magnetic. When you stop seeking approval, people start seeking yours. When you stop chasing validation, people chase you for it. It's backwards, but it's true. So stop asking if you're good enough. Decide you are and move like it. Number 8. People don't want justice. They want exploitation. Here's something that'll change how you see relationships forever. When people complain about your boundaries, they're not upset about fairness. They're upset they can't use you anymore. Your friend who says you've changed when you stop lending them money. They don't miss the old you. They miss the ATM. Your coworker who says you're not a team player when you stop doing their work. They don't care about teamwork. They care about free labor. Your family member who says you're selfish when you stop hosting every holiday. They don't miss your presence, they miss your service. See the pattern? People get comfortable with what they can take from you. And when you stop giving, they frame it as your moral failure. But here's the truth. Most people don't want equal relationships. They want advantageous ones. They want to take more than they give. And when you cut off that advantage, they don't question themselves. They question you. You used to be so helpful. You used to let me exploit you. You're not fun anymore. You won't let me waste your time anymore. You've gotten so cold. You have boundaries now. And I don't like it. Don't fall for the guilt trip. Being agreeable didn't make you good. It made you useful. And the moment you stop being useful to takers, they get upset. But people with boundaries, people who protect their time, energy, and resources, they earn real respect, not fake friendship from users. Real respect from people who value them. So when someone complains about your boundaries, don't apologize, don't explain, don't justify, just hold the line. Their frustration is proof you're doing it right. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I protect my power. Number 9. Withhold approval and become the god in the room. Most people hand out compliments like free samples. They validate constantly. They approve of everything. And because of that, their approval means nothing. But when you withhold approval, when you make it rare and hard to earn, you become valuable. Here's why. Humans are wired to seek approval. It's in our DNA. And we always want what's scarce. So when you're the person who rarely gives approval, you become the person everyone's trying to impress. Think about it. The friend who compliments everything you wear, their opinion doesn't matter. But the friend who rarely compliments anything, when they say you look good, you believe it. The boss who praises every small task, their approval is meaningless. But the boss who only praises exceptional work, you work twice as hard to earn it. Scarcity creates value in products, in time, in approval. Machiavelli once said, "Never was anything great achieved without danger." The danger here is withholding validation that people desperately want. It makes them uncomfortable, but it makes you powerful. Here's how to do it. Respond slowly. Don't be instantly available. Make your attention valuable by making it not guaranteed. Compliment rarely, only when genuinely impressed, not to be nice, not to make someone feel good. Only when they've truly earned it. Don't validate mediocrity. When someone does the bare minimum, don't praise them for it. Expect excellence, accept nothing less. Show approval through small signals, a slight nod, a brief smile. Don't gush, don't overdo it. Small and rare beats big and constant. When you do this, people start chasing your validation. They try harder around you. They seek your opinion before others. They adjust their behavior to win your approval. You didn't demand this. You just made yourself scarce, and scarcity is power. Stop giving approval freely. Make people earn it. Number 10. Fear is the real language of respect. Final lesson. The hardest one to accept. Love doesn't create respect. Fear does. Not fear of violence. Not fear of harm. Fear of disappointment. Fear of losing your respect. Fear of not measuring up in your eyes. Think about the people who actually change their behavior around you, who watch what they say, who put in extra effort, who don't waste your time. They're not doing it because they like you. They're doing it because they're afraid of disappointing you. That's real respect. It's not warm and fuzzy. It's not comfortable, but it's real. People follow those they fear disappointing, not those they just like. They listen to those whose disapproval matters, not those who approve of everything. This is why nice people have no influence. There's no weight behind their words, no consequence to ignoring them. But when someone knows you'll call them out, that you'll cut them off without hesitation, that your standards are non-negotiable, they listen, they adjust, they respect. Look at any leader people actually follow. Not just tolerate. Actually follow. They create discomfort. They hold people accountable. They're willing to be the bad guy when necessary because they understand respect isn't about being liked. It's about being taken seriously. And being taken seriously means people know there's a cost to crossing you. Not a violent cost, not a cruel cost, just the cost of losing your respect. And for people who value you, that's enough. So stop trying to be everyone's friend. Stop worrying about being liked. Stop managing everyone's comfort. Set high standards. Call people out when they fail to meet them. Be willing to walk away from anyone who disrespects you and let the fear of losing you do the work. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I command respect. 10 lessons, 1 mission. Kill the people pleaser inside you. Society conditioned you to be controlled. Now you see the leash. Humans are selfish and jealous. Now you see them clearly. Nice people get used. Truth tellers get respected. Approval seeking kills freedom. Choose yourself. Dominance is control discomfort. Create it. Frame control is everything. Set the rules. The strong validate themselves. Stop seeking permission. People want exploitation, not fairness. Protect your boundaries. Withhold approval. Make it valuable. Fear drives respect. Be worth fearing to disappoint. These lessons aren't comfortable. They're not what your therapist tells you. They're not what self-help gurus sell, but they're real and they work. Starting today, you have a choice. Keep being the person people ignore, use, and forget, or become the person people instinctively respect. The choice is yours. But before you go, hit that like button. This video needs to reach more people who are tired of being walked over. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. We're building an army of people who refuse to be controlled. Join us. Drop your affirmation in the comments. Tell me which lesson hit hardest. Commit to this change publicly. We're just getting started. There's more coming. Darker truths, deeper power, but only if you're ready for it. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unstoppable. Now go become dangerous.